what are some of the tools that you love for mold?
Sure. So for in the body, again, you always have to start with foundations, opening up drainage pathways. If you're not going to the bathroom regularly, you cannot start detoxing, right? So we have to open
Hmm.
that up. I love sauna. I love red light. Lymphatic drainage is very important. And then looking at what are you eating, right? Are you feeding things? Are you eating a lot of sweets and grains and processed foods? Then we need to look at that. And then for supplements and things, we have to really nourish and support the liver, the gallbladder. And then I am a binder fan. So I use, I love, and I do love glutathione. I know not everybody uses glutathione, but I do like it if it's appropriate for the individual. Not everybody can take it. I love TUDCA for, you need some sort of bile support, really good liver support. And then I use binders. Again, I take the things I love from multiple brands, right?
Hmm.
I love Quicksilver. I love Cellcore. I use a line called Zuma and I use a line called Dust Bio and Body Bio, right? So I take my favorites. I work on cell membrane too with PC or, another line I like, Prodrome. So anyway, a lot of things to just nourish. You have to nourish the cell, clean up the terrain, and then also get the stuff out, right? So I'm not a full like terrain versus germ theory. I think you still need to clean up and get the pathogens out. You know what I mean? I don't think everything's black and white. You need to do both.
Yeah.
It's the same. You can't just meditate your way entirely out of a super toxic situation. So I'm a big proponent of nervous system regulation, but I still think you need to do the work and get the stuff out of your body.
Mm. I heard someone say yesterday, we did a sauna over here. I got off the plane and was lucky enough the sauna was lit at my house and did
Nice.
contrast therapy right out of the plane.
Yeah.
And someone was talking about reframing the idea of nervous system regulation
Hmm.
because it's like the question was, are we really regulating? Are we putting the nervous system in a box where we're controlling it?
Mm.
Or are we navigating
Yeah.
the nervous system? I was like, oh, I really like that
Yeah.
subtle shift in a descriptor. So I'm going to start adopting that, navigating my nervous system and my response
Yeah. And
to
even
outside world.
the things we say have so much impact, right? So if we keep talking about nervous system dysregulation
Mm,
or whatever, it just keeps, impacting us that something's wrong, right? It's the same when you talk to clients. I think all the time, I gently find a way to see if we can reframe certain words because they just, of course, you don't realize. Again, when someone keeps talking about how sick they are all the time, or even identifies as sick or identifies as having something, right? That puts so much into your psyche and just keeps re-ingraining that you are not well, right? And that's the opposite of what we're trying to do here.
yeah, I mean, I understand it. We name so we can treat and so we can
Yes.
bill for it in the US, but it's not always helpful and it doesn't really impact outcome. I want to ask a couple more questions I want to talk about for people at home, you've gone through mold exposure. This is a new conversation for you. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Hmm.
But cell wall membrane,
Hmm.
and you said PC. Now I know that's
Oh yeah,
phosphatidylcholine,
sorry. Yeah.
but why do we support the cell membrane? What happens when we have a mold exposure or a bout with a chronic illness?
Hmm.
Why is cell membrane important to nourish?
Sure. So basically, the cell membrane is kind of like the castle wall, right? It should protect all the contents of the most precious things, which are our cells. And basically, you can create you can nourish and support this phospholipid layer. So
Mm-hmm.
there's certain things that can help with that. There's PC. And then again, so the big companies that do that are Body Bio. Quicksilver has one that I like. And then also there's one by Prodrome, which is an egg yolk version as opposed to soy. So, me, I kind of like the egg yolk version. And it's just different, but it's the same. You want to protect this because that is going to help from things entering the cell that aren't supposed to. So we want to create that stability.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, a lot of these pathogens, again, they're very intelligent and they find their way into our organs and body and just whole system and cells, and they are very destructive, right? So
Hmm.
while we still need to get them out because they are when they're a problem for us, it's because they shouldn't be there or there's too many of them, right? I always talk about kind of like the gut as this happy cohesive place, right, where it's not our job to just eradicate these things all the time, right? Mycotoxins are a little different. They're extra toxic, but
Hmm.
we always have candida, we have all these, so many trillions of cells and things like that, but the amount of different types of gut bacteria and yeast and fungal and everything, it's more about keeping it in alignment and happy so that we're not reacting from all of their waste, right? A lot of the
Yeah.
things that we react to is not the actual organism,
Yeah.
it's what they give off. So when you have too many of them, what we're not able to do is filter out all those endotoxins. And that's where we're cleaning things up as well. Right.
Hmm.
But so that involves finding that and getting that out, right? Either with various ways.
Yep.